The following is a reading of the highly acclaimed short story, A Sizzling Act of Friendship. Chapter 1. What better a friend could be? Once upon a time there were two friends, a girl and a boy. The girl was cute, fun, and with the free-spirited tongue of a drunken satyr. The boy was a nice guy who incessantly reached out to the blank-faced strangers on the street with ridiculous jokes powered by the tenacity of a stubborn goat. One day, the young lady fell terribly ill and was bedridden. Some say she was probably only PMSing, but her good friend, the young man, believed in her illness anyway. The young man took on a perilous journey to find the cure for his dear friend. He walked long streets uphill in gloomy weather, traversed deep stretches on the back of a public bus. He made his way through Russian quarters and into Chinese enclaves in order to find the magic elixir of life, bring his friend's spirit back, and inspire her immune system to regenerate. When he finally got to the young woman's house, he made his way up the long staircase. On better days, the sounds of platformed hooves echoed in all directions on these steps, while his dear and tiny compadre clomped up and down them. Now those platform hooves stood sentry at the side of her bed as she lay forlorn in gray despair. At the news of her friend's arrival, the rise in her joie de vivre was only very slightly perceptible. Little changed, but when she saw the hot bowl of sizzling rice soup, her eyes lit up, her smile widened with hope. In one quick motion, Wendy both sat up and stretched out her arms, fingers calling to the bowl in a come-to-me motion. He could see that the life and color returned to her face as she eagerly lapped up the crackling soup. Chapter 2. Where did I go wrong? While Wendy, completely absorbed in the mechanics of soup consumption, I, the young man, offered the reading of a very beautiful 19th century poem by Christina Rossetti, Goblin Market. I offered the poem in order to both invigorate the decorum with the sound of Rossetti's beautiful verse and to partially drown out the slurps and gulps of a dear friend. As I read the amazing poem, I had some speculation that the very acute focus my dearest Wendy was lavishing upon her soup may have been obscuring her auditory processing of the poem. In what was only a friendly gesture, I simply stated, an amazing poem such as this must have a lesson in it for us all. In a bizarre turn of events, Wendy went from her masticating contentment onto dropping her soup spoon and becoming enraged. Still clutching her bowl, Wendy hissed and spat with a wildcat growl. She must have been under the spell of an hallucinatory fever, because she completely forgot all of the lovely friendship that her and I had shared. Now she vehemently accused me of all sorts of witchcrafts against her. Her rage and disappointment was too great to bear. I knew that I must quickly leave if there were to be any of the healing left. Although perplexed and wounded, I quickly gathered my things and fought against my natural instinct to stay and care for my friend, and so I left. Epilogue. Every wild cat must growl and gnaw at the wildflowers. In the end, had Wendy not provided such dear friendship and transformative creativity in her presence, I would never have journeyed to her sickbed. Like a moth to a flame, I fell victim to her charm, forgot myself, and came into contact with the fire. Fortunately, I was spared only small scratches and not scarring burns. I should have taken care. I knew that I had brought her sizzling rice soup and should have expected that her chi would rise up from the ashes of her illness and explode with the force of electric countershock resuscitation. Wendy sprung to life faster than I could get out of the way from the renewing shower of light and sparks. My dearest and most beloved little friend, Wendy Barnhart.